Many of you know that I just went to Hawaii on a vacation. I've released a few videos about Hawaii, and I had a whole bunch of extra footage that I didn't know what to do with. So that's what this video is. I released a couple planned videos. I did the road to Hana, and I did a couple hikes and did some drone video footage. And I went with family. It wasn't like a normal trip that I would take by myself where I plan out a bunch of videos. And a lot of this trip was just having fun and exploring around random places. And so I had like 2 hours of extra footage that I didn't know what to do with. So I decided, well, I'll just make like a vlog, and this is like a week and from here to here, and so traveling, getting there was kind of a crazy deal. So I thought I would just put this all in one long video and kind of, I guess you could say, the behind the scenes exploring around Hawaii. So the first several minutes of this video is getting to Hawaii, which was a little bit of an adventure in itself. But if you want to skip that, go right here to this time, and that'll get you right to the Hawaii footage. But yeah, it was a wonderful trip, had a lot of fun with my family. And so sit back, relax, and hang loose for some Hawaii video footage. I am 49 years old for 2 more days, and I'm heading off to Hawaii to celebrate my 50th birthday. And it's my 50th state. So I've been to all 49 states. I went to Alaska this summer, and now I'll be able to check them all off the list. And I thought it appropriate, turning 50. Hawaii was the 50th state, and yeah, just seems to all be kind of symmetrical that way. Hawaii 5-0, why not? But I'm in Wichita. I got to fly to Dallas, then to Los Angeles. I'm meeting my family in Los Angeles. I hope I get there tonight because my flight's already delayed. And then in the morning, flying over to Hawaii. So let's hopefully we get out of Wichita and we can make our connection. We might have to hustle in Dallas. Day 1 of the trip, total failure. So, okay, I'll try to tell the story as quick as I can as to why I'm in this hotel room in Dallas, Fort Worth. So originally my flight out of Wichita was supposed to leave at 6:39, and I was gonna connect in Dallas to go to Los Angeles, get there about 10:30 p.m., meet my family there, and then the next morning we fly over to Hawaii. My flight was getting delayed. There actually was 2 flights out of Wichita into Dallas. So my flight got delayed so long that they actually put me on the other flight, which was originally about 2 hours after my original flight. It took off on time. And actually maybe 20 minutes late. We sat on the runway for a while, I'm not sure why. So we land in Dallas at about 9:50, and the next flight's at 10:35 to get to Los Angeles. And you're like, well, that's close, but I should make it. I did have to go to like another gate from E to B at Dallas, so it was quite a while to get there. But when we landed, we just sat on the plane for like 20 or 25 minutes before we got out. And there were a lot of people that were getting frustrated because everyone was in the same situation trying to connect. So me and another guy, we realized, I ended up sitting next to him on the plane. We realized we were both on the next flight to LA on the same flight. So we were running through the airport, and we get there as they're closing the door, as they're closing the gate. And they were like, yeah, when you guys weren't here, we had overbooked the flight, so we gave those tickets to somebody else. And I've just done this enough to know, like, yeah, I just know what's going to happen. So I just immediately, I didn't even hardly say anything, except I just turned around and I went to the customer service and to try to, get booked on the next flight. So now I'm booked on a 6 a.m. flight. I got more on that coming up. But I have a 6 a.m. flight. It's like 11:30 right now, and they put me in a hotel because it was a maintenance issue. So it was a free hotel, but it was like 40 minutes to get here from the airport. So it's like 11:30, 11:40 right now. So I'm here in this hotel. Obviously, I don't have a suitcase. I checked my suitcase, so I have a backpack, but my laptop is about all that's in there. So I'm gonna be in grungy clothes for a while because tomorrow I have a 6 o'clock flight that gets to Los Angeles at 7:20, and I meet my family there to get on a plane at 8:50 to go to Hawaii. But there's a problem. I'm on different airlines. It's not a continuous flight. So I have to get to Los Angeles. I'm supposed to land at 7:20, get my suitcase at baggage claim, and then go to wherever the Hawaiian Airlines gate is in LAX, which I don't know where that is. It's probably not where the American gate is. And then recheck that bag and try to get to the gate. I've done this enough to know that that's probably not going to happen. The only prayer I have is that if I get there early somehow, the flight gets there early, my suitcase comes out first, I'm relatively close to wherever I need to check in for the next flight, and there's not a huge line that I have to wait through. The good thing is I have TSA pre-check, so that helps me get through things a little bit quicker. But I think there are some other flights later in the day. The thing that sucks is that I'm supposed to be literally hanging out with my family at the moment, and then we're connected for the whole next week. I'll get there eventually, and it'll be fine, and it'll be great. It'll be wonderful. And so I'm not going to get too upset, but tomorrow's gonna be hard because I've got to leave here at 3:50 a.m. on a shuttle, which is in a little over 4 hours, I think. Like I said, I'm going to be in the same grungy clothes, and I have a 3.5 hour flight to LA, and that's probably a 5-hour flight to Hawaii, and I don't sleep well in those flights. So the first day in Hawaii may be just relaxing while my family goes and does fun stuff. I might just chill, fall asleep on a chair on the beach or something like that. So anyways, I'm gonna get a shower so I don't smell so awful tomorrow in all my old clothes, and get some sleep and check in the morning. Once we got our baggage at the airport, we went and got some food, met one of the locals right there, and basically just hung out a little bit. We didn't do anything crazy with the rest of the day. We explored just a little bit up and down the coast, checking things out, got checked into our hotel for the next few days, and we were basically just taking in the beauty of Hawaii, getting a little bit of rest, and getting ready for the rest of our trip. After that incredible sunrise, as you take a look at all of the islands, we're in the top left at Kauai. After that beautiful sunrise from our hotel, we took a little trip to the north. You can see where the arrow kind of takes us from where we were staying in Kapa'a. And we just kind of were exploring up the coast just to get a feel for our first time in Hawaii, get a feel for those areas. So we went to the lighthouse, and then we did a little snorkeling. What's up, dude? We decided to head back towards where we started the day, but then went a little bit past that, found our first waterfalls of our trip. And the rest of the day was kind of random, just finding interesting places not too far from our hotel and just getting a feel for Hawaii.
Jason beer.
here in Kauai. I'm gonna butcher names, I guarantee you, on this trip. It's a beautiful sunrise, about 6 a.m., a little after 6. And we're gonna go on an adventure. Gonna drive south and west, kind of halfway around the island. It's a little bit of a figured out as I go. I'm actually here with family, so it's a little bit different, so you might see some family members in the video from time to time, but we're gonna have a nice little road trip trying to stop and check out a bunch of things. First thing though, we're gonna go all the way to the west. It's kind of like an out and back. So the first thing is we're gonna drive way out west, and then we're gonna kind of work our way back east, back to Kauai. So yeah, it's a really beautiful morning. Obviously you can see it's insanely beautiful here on the beach as we're watching the sunrise. And yeah, so but let's head out on the road and check out kind of the back roads of Hawaii. We are with my uncle Rocky, my brother Jim. Jim's wife Debbie is she's doing all the hard work getting all the stuff for our trip today. So we're heading out to the west coast of Kauai. What do you guys think? Are you excited or scared about me driving, or what's the expectations for today?
Just hoping I don't get eaten by a velociraptor or a T-Rex when we get out to the canyon where they filmed Jurassic Park.
Very excited about today's adventure. Scared about the driving.
I'm going to do my best to make him as scared as possible for you. So.
We grew up on country roads, so I think everything will be fine, except for a few potholes maybe. Looking forward to it.
All right, let's hit the road.
Yeah!
What do you guys think of this part of the road?
A little crazy.
Oh yeah, there's Debbie back there.
Okay, a lot crazy.
Uncle Rocky, your thoughts?
It's great. I'm gonna need a chiropractor when we're done. And on the way here, you know, when you're on a highway and you're going 50 miles an hour or so, and it says slower traffic, keep right, we're never in the right-hand lane.
Okay, I'm gonna try to look at where I'm driving. These guys can tell you about the beach. What do you guys think of Poliali Beach?
The beach was amazing. It was like being at the Blue Lagoon, like in the Galapagos Islands. 7-8 foot breakers. Uncle Rock was diving into them. Unbelievable. Breathtaking. Mountains in the back, ocean in the other side. Unbelievable. Uncle Rock, on a
40.
scale from 1 to 10?
It was a 10. It's hard to beat.
Worth the rough drive.
Almost. We survived.
We have to go back out this road, so
Yes.
we'll find out.
Amazing views. Watch the video.
But at the end of the road lies Tiki Tacos.
After lunch, we decided to go check out Waimea Canyon. And while the trip started out really beautifully, you can see those clouds there on the left. That's where we were heading. And unfortunately, the farther into the canyon drive that we got, the visibility got less and less. But we got some cool shots here at the beginning, and it was a really beautiful drive.
Cloudy.
I'm sorry, am I...
Sorry about that spider, but on the way back, we decided to go a little bit south of where we went originally. We passed back through Waimea and found this really old, cool house, historic house, and the trees are insane. You don't see stuff like that everywhere, but this was a historic old home and old church, and we were just kind of randomly bouncing around, and then came upon this old fort that had an interesting history, and just explored around down on the south shore. After arriving to Maui, we had some time to kill before we could check into our next hotel. So we went to a big shopping center and then to Iao Valley State Park and did I guess you call it a short little hike. We drove from the north to south there, as you can see the arrow. We stayed in Maui, that's a little small town right along the coast, not far from the pictures you're seeing here. And like we did in Kauai, we just kind of explored up and down the coast a little bit and didn't go too crazy once we got there. And the great thing about Hawaii is you don't have to go very far to see some really cool stuff. And there's lots of animals, lots of beautiful birds and different things. And so as we started heading up the coast, we would just find a little small town. And for example, these are some old historic petroglyphs that were basically alongside the main road, just down a back road. And so it was fun just to not have a plan and just to go exploring and then finding this historic cemetery in Olowalu. I struggle with some of the names. I was better when I was there. Since I've come back, it's tough to remember how to say some of these names, but really fantastic old cemetery and just a lot of fun, not having much of a plan at all and just enjoying the beautiful parts of Hawaii. The next day, we just decided to hang out on a couple of beaches for the day and eat a lot of food. So we'd hang out on one beach, go to lunch, go hang out at another beach, get some dinner, and just kind of have a relaxing day. The next day we did the road to Hana, and I've already released 2 videos documenting that entire very long and awesome day. So I'm gonna skip right through Tuesday, and if you wanna watch those videos, make sure to check those out on my channel. After landing in Oahu and my 95th airport of my life, we are basically at Honolulu. That's the main city here and the biggest city in all the islands. And we were originally going to go to Pearl Harbor. That was one of the reasons for coming to Oahu, and it just didn't work out for a variety of reasons, mostly just the timing of when we were coming in, and we only had one day. This is our last full day in Hawaii. And so instead we went over here to Diamond Head Park and had a terrific hike. It's about a mile out and a mile back. And we were a little bit tired from our travels, but it was definitely worth the hike. Take a little break. Our final little adventure was about an hour north of Honolulu, and we went to the Dole Plantation. And not something I would normally have done, but my brother wanted to go, and it turned out it was a fantastic way to end the trip. We caught this little train and got a history of the plantation and how significant pineapples and the farming of pineapples is to the island still even today. And so that was pretty cool. And as you'll see, I had a nice little treat at the end. After going to the Dole Plantation, it was back down to Honolulu, and we were all pretty exhausted from the trip, so we just decided to go down and get some dinner and hang out by the beach and just spend some good time together. Honolulu is like any other kind of major American city. It felt more like the mainland United States than any other place we were at. And so there's the four of us. What a great trip we had. A lot of fun. I would definitely highly recommend visiting Hawaii. Thanks for making it all the way to the end of that video. And now that you're here, let me tell you a little bit about some of the extras that we have on the channel. One of the things you can do is you can become a member. There's 3 levels. There's the supporter level, there's the producer level, and the executive producer level. And all 3 levels have different perks, and as you are more supportive financially, there's more perks. We have extra videos every week and a lot of fun stuff going on in the member section. If you haven't done so, make sure you check out travelwithawiseguy.com. We've got lots of extra stuff on there, and one of the things is merchandise. You can get you Travel with a Wise Guy t-shirt. We have Death Go Round t-shirts. We have some coffee mugs, different things that are a lot of fun, and people seem to have enjoyed. Good quality there. Also on the website, you can do things like check out the Google map. I have a pin dropped in every place I've done videos about, then a link to the video so you can look at the map, and maybe there's somewhere where you live or somewhere you want to go. You can check out that map, and it seemed to be a very popular thing. You can sign up for my newsletter. I do that about every 3 weeks. It's totally free. And there's also all kinds of other links and tidbits in there, old videos, podcasts, just everything I could think of I throw on the website. So make sure you check out travelwithawiseguy.com. Thank you for everyone who has been supportive of this channel, and thank you so much for making it to the end of this video.